Hello guys, it's me NathanSpartan. Today we are going to be reacting to scary videos once again. I haven't done this for a few months because I was doing my short courses. Also, I have my text-to-speech voice as my new commentary for this series. Don't worry. I'll be improving my commentary in the future. Anyway, I have 3 good scary videos for you. Not to mention all credit to these channels I react to as I don't own these videos. Anyway, let's start. First video we are watching is True Boyfriend Horror Story animated by 1C Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Ed. I'm from the Philippines. This story I'm about to share, it's not mine, but rather the story of my friend, Sarah.
Okay.
She used to work as a cashier at the SM Cebu. One night after a long shift, she decided to return to her boarding house, where she lived alone. She got a text from her friends, inviting her to have fun, but she refused politely. She just wanted to have some alone time. She almost shrieked when she noticed someone behind her in the window, staring at her, while she was trying to organize her belongings. But she immediately had a sigh of relief when she realized it was her boyfriend.
Not if he is staring at you like that.
And motioned to him to come inside, but he didn't move. Sarah didn't understand and asked, "How long have you been standing there?" But she received no response.
That's bizarre.
This bothered her because he was just standing there, doing nothing, but staring at her with dead eyes. A bit frustrated, she decided to go out and meet him. But when she went outside, he was no longer there. She thought he was pranking her, hiding, but how could he have hid so quickly? After all, there was no place in sight to hide. She dialed her boyfriend's number while she was searching for him, hoping to hear the loud ringtone. She knew her boyfriend would never put his phone on silent, but she heard nothing. Instead, her boyfriend's voice on the phone greeted her.
That guy was a ghost or a doppelganger of the boyfriend.
To stop hiding. Confused, having no idea, he asked, "What are you talking about? I am currently at home." She couldn't understand. "But I just saw you staring at me just a minute ago," she replied. "How is that even possible?" he asked. "You are aware that I would always call before visiting." This scared her, because he was right. He would always call or at least text if he were to visit. "If it wasn't you, then who was I talking to?" she said fearfully. She got goosebumps as she frantically looked around. Sweat began to trickle down her face. Her boyfriend answered, "Sarah, it's okay. I'll be there. Just go back inside and don't open the door. I'll call you when I arrive." He hung up, and she immediately went inside, locked all the doors, windows,
Good
and
idea,
started
but
praying.
get a knife first.
A few minutes later, her boyfriend called, asking her to open the door. They embraced. He hugged her tightly and made sure she was all right. They talked about the odd situation. This also scared Sarah's boyfriend, so he decided to bring Sarah to his place to spend the night in safety. Years have passed. She is now happily married to her boyfriend. They are now also blessed with a daughter. Sarah's husband loves to play with their daughter, enjoying life, seeming as if he had forgotten everything about what had happened those years ago. Thinking back, Sarah still questions herself. What would have happened if she hadn't called him and just kept looking for that person who stood
That's terrifying.
outside her window?
The second video is TRYPOPHOBIA short horror film by Buddy Booth. Let's start. I've seen this one years ago. That's the worst bathroom ever. Dirty and disgusting. Yuck. Why the bin, dude?
Fuck.
Was that an eagle? Wash your hands.
The trypovirus is an extremely dangerous and deadly disease. The virus works by causing clusters of holes that spread across the body. The virus can be spread through physical contact, saliva, or blood. If you believe you have contracted the virus, it is important to act quickly. First, wash any area you believe has been in contact with the virus with soap and warm water. Many victims report seeing clusters of holes at the point of contact.
Yuck, that's gross.
If this is the case, wash these
Her
areas
phone is
immediately.
cracked too. I
Some
just
of the other
noticed.
effects of the virus include excruciating pain, sweating, vomiting, migraines, psychosis, intense aggression, blood loss, and death. If done correctly, the infected will no longer be able to see any holes, meaning that the virus has gone into a temporary remission.
Holy shit, what the fuck?
If the holes can still be seen, this means the virus has spread into stage 2 of the infection. At this point, a stronger disinfectant is necessary, such as antibacterial wash or rubbing alcohol. This will help
Drink
close the
that
holes
bleach
and
like
stop
no
the spread of the
tomorrow.
infection. Apply generously to all
This one
infected
scared
areas.
me as a kid.
Once this has been done, contact the quarantine team immediately. If done correctly, the infected will no longer be able to see any holes.
Oh good, let's breathe.
Unless the virus spread to other areas of the body, in which case
Of
the
fucking
infected
course
should
it's not
quarantine
over just
themselves
yet.
immediately.
Why the fuck is the door locked?
If the virus continues to spread, you must place the infected
Oh no,
individual.
it's in her eye. Don't show it. Don't show it. Yeah, of course. Call the police or get an object to break the doorknob.
If you come across an infected individual that has escaped quarantine, avoid them at all costs. They are dangerous. Do not alert them. Do not touch them.
Do not let them
Creepy.
see you. Avoid them at all costs.
Your phone is dead. Man, that's terrible. There's no hope now. Oh dear. Get your phone. Yeah, knew it. Well, that's why I hate trypophobia. Let's move on to the last video. Last video is a gas station horror story by Mort. One of my favorite channels
I worked
who
at
I
the gas station
reacted
for
to
a
in
brief
October
period of
last
time,
year.
almost 5 years ago. During that time, I worked overnight shifts. The city that the gas station was in, I would describe as pretty quiet and small.
Okay.
In the overnight hours, there would never be much business. I would be the only one working for most of my shift, and I'm kind of surprised that we were even open all night at all. The gas station was along a road not too far off the highway, so it would get some traffic. There weren't really any other businesses close by though. Probably 3 weeks after I started working there, I had gotten the hang of the routine. But still, I was always a little nervous working overnights.
Being
by myself in the gas station, not knowing if anybody who walked in there could be dangerous, was something I thought about far too much. But through the first couple of weeks that I had worked there, nothing too unusual happened. But that all changed one night. The time was probably 2, maybe 2:30 a.m. Things were very quiet. As I sat behind the counter, I saw a car pulling into the gas station from the road. The car drove past the 4 gas pumps that we had and started driving towards the parking spaces right out front. But it didn't park there. Instead, it turned and went to the side of the building.
What the fuck?
There were a couple of extra parking spaces there. Maybe 30 seconds later, I saw somebody. It was a man, and he was walking towards the door.
Most
He
bizarre
opened the
red
front
eyes
door
ever.
and came inside. When he did, he walked straight towards me at the counter. The man then spoke, saying that there was a problem with the free air that we had. On the side of the building, in front of one of the parking spaces, we had free air that people could use to fill their tires. The guy said that his car had terrible air pressure in the tires, and he really needed it and asked me to help. I wanted to help the guy, but I really didn't know how to fix the machine if it was in fact broken. Beyond knowing how to use the machine, I didn't know much about it. I told the man that I probably wouldn't be able to help him, but he asked that I come out and try anyways. I agreed to, and I followed the man outside the gas station. We walked out front, around to the side. When we got there, I saw the man's car. It was an SUV, and it was not parked at the space for air, but was parked like 3 spaces over instead.
Red flag moment
I
there.
also looked at his tires, and the ones that I saw appeared to have plenty of air in them. Things were starting to seem a little bit strange. Furthermore, when we got to the air pump, I picked it up to see that it was working just fine. I said to the man that it seemed to be working. He told me that when he tried it, it didn't work, and then asked me to explain to him how to use
What's
it.
going on?
I started explaining it to the man. He stood right next to the building as I stood in the parking space where you would park to use the machine. As I spoke, I saw out of the corner of my eye the SUV start moving. It looked like it was backing up. I was about to ask the man if that was his car, but he told me to keep explaining. I started to, but then heard a sudden screeching of tires. When I looked to the side, I saw the SUV headed straight towards me.
What the fuck?
I jumped out of the way and got to the sidewalk next to the building, just before the car would have ran me over. The car ended up hitting the air pump and then quickly turning to the side. I saw it start to back up. I got up and ran for the gas station door. The other man who had been standing talking with me had already ran away around the building towards the back of it. I got inside the gas station and went to lock the doors immediately. The car outside drove around and then back to the side. I got to the doors, locked them, and then witnessed the car speeding out of the parking lot and back onto the road. I kept the store closed for a while with the doors locked. Nobody tried to go in during that time, though. I made a call to the police, who came out a short time later and took down all of the information that I could give them. We did have a few security cameras. Unfortunately, none of them were angled to show that side of the building. One of the cameras at the gas pump saw the car speeding away, but the quality was not nearly good enough to show the license plates.
The 90s.
All I could give was the make and model of the car and a description of the man. In the end, that was enough to make me quit that job. I gave my 2 weeks notice the next day and got another job after that. Working overnights at a gas station wasn't for me, and I have a lot of respect for the people that do it. I'm not sure why those guys tried to run me over either. I could have been seriously injured that night.
Yeah, well, that was a pretty bizarre but interesting story. Well guys, that's it for today. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Peace out.